the truth when they say that we're not going to renegotiate anything, we leave without a deal.
But this is a negotiation, so when people say this is our bottom line, it very rarely is. But time will tell.
So how much time have we got?
We've got, what is it, 73 days?
Yes, and so, so you think in the next 73 days the European Union are going to change the negotiating position that has been more or less constant for the last 12 months?
In reality, I think it's more likely that we leave without an agreement and leave on WTO terms.
Okay.
So that goes back to what we were discussing before.
It does. So you're advocating for no deal. That's what you believe is the most likely outcome.
It's what one believes is most likely and what one is advocating for are not necessarily the same thing.
What is one advocating for?
I would be in favour of a deal. But if that proves impossible, there is nothing to be fearful about leaving on WTO terms.
Okay, and all the people that say there's a lot to be fearful of, like the National Farmers Union and the Governor of the Bank of England and the CBI, you can see what they can't see, which is...
Well, the CBI's got everything wrong in its history. It wanted us to join the euro, wanted us to join the exchange rate mechanism.
I think that's what you just called a red herring or something, isn't it? So the question is, what can you see that they can't see?
What I would say is that you should judge people by their previous track records.
Well, I am. Why haven't you taken down that tweet from The Sun about what tariffs really means? Because The Sun withdrew it and it's still on your Twitter account, so I'm judging you by your track record.
Judge away. The Governor of the Bank of England said we'd have a technical recession. Thank you so much. Fortunately, you're not part of the judiciary. The Governor of the Bank of England said we would have a technical recession purely on a vote to leave.
The question is, what can you see that they can't see? And you know that the Governor, I mean, this is so disingenuous. The Governor of the Bank of England dedicated himself on the morning after the vote to making his own predictions not come true. But you know this. You just know that if you say it in a plausible and persuasive fashion, people will continue to believe you, despite the fact that you've led them to the precipice of a no-deal Brexit, which even you know, deep down, will be disastrous. Unless you can answer this question. What is it you can see that they can't?
You're trying to get up to the adverts with an hysterical diatribe. I think
it's all right, we can postpone the adverts. What can you see that all of the people who warn against coming out with no deal can't see?
I can see what they've got wrong before and why...
I'm not asking about the past, I'm asking about the future. What can you see that they can't see?
The past is a very useful guide to the future because you can see why people are making the judgments. The CBI protects incumbent interests, and therefore it always goes for things that are not for the consumer interest but the producer interest.
Yes, okay.
The Governor of the Bank of England is a deeply politicised figure who has been anti-Brexit from the moment it was proposed. What can I see? I can see the opportunities of cheaper food, clothing and footwear, helping most of all the incomes of the least well-off in our society.
Absolutely nobody agrees with you.
We can cut tariffs, we can reduce costs to people.
Agrees with you.
Even the Sun newspaper withdrew these claims. Exciting. It's a great opportunity. It is freedom for the British people. It is no longer shackled to the failed economic model of the European Union, which has the euro and high unemployment, and even Germany going into recession. It is a wonderful opportunity for our nation. You should rejoice and be proud of what our country can do.
I was hoping to have reasons for rejoicing at the end of this conversation, so I'll ask you one final time. The economic modelling that you rely upon has been discredited so badly that even the Sun withdrew it. Why do you persist?
That's not true. The advice I take is from economists for free trade and Patrick Minford, who has the best track record of almost any forecaster you can find in this country, and that cutting tariffs does cut prices.
Patrick Minford, let me just write that down. Patrick Minford has the best reputation for economic forecasting.
He got the exchange rate mechanism right, he got the euro right. His record in this field...
Gordon Brown got the euro right. So Jacob Ree-Mogg is the gentleman that said, for Brexit to succeed, agriculture and industry will be decimated in this country.
Decimated
but he said that, and he's the man you're citing.
But actually, it will